Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 577 based on novel. So let's start. There was a loud noise in the sky, and Xiao Yang's body instantly completely overlapped with the ancient beast. Countless energy tides are supported in the void, and pieces of hot flame patterns spread out from the flame god cauldron without reservation. Immediately, Xiao Yang's eyes flickered fiercely, and the gorgeous flame patterns swept out, only to see the beginning of the void. Cracked, the entire mountain range was completely torn into two halves at the same time. On the other hand, the whole body of the wild beast began to flash with circles of ancient folds and wrinkles, as if it wanted to compete with Xiao Yang head-on. Two shocking rays of light flashed across the sky, and they collided quietly under the gaze of countless eyes. The ancient gods in the sky and the strange shadow, the auras on their bodies are extremely terrifying, and it is not difficult to know that their strength has reached the peak of the demigod. Leader Xiao. The situation between the heavens and the earth changes, and a strong aura continues to flow out from the majestic mountains, spreading to the end of the line of sight, and the whole world is filled with vicissitudes. Amidst countless tense gazes, Xiao Yang's body gushed out along with the magnificent Saint Flame Cauldron, and immediately stood up slightly when he reached the body of the ancient beast of the heavenly desolation. Looking up at this mighty behemoth, the corners of his mouth twitched. A fierce killing intent. The dazzling holy flame pattern on his palm was already ready to go, but Xiao Yang stepped out of thin air, and immediately appeared behind the ancient gods like a ghost. Empty press to shoot. Bang bang bang. The deafening humming explosion sounded incessantly, as if the two supreme rulers between the heavens and the earth launched a slaughter in the sky, and the scene was out of control for a time. As the energy ripples slowly faded away, a scorching smoke enveloped the sky, but Xiao Yang's brows were invariably wrinkled. The attack from the power of his soul and the pattern of holy flame just now did not seem to have caused any damage to the ancient beast. As if his attack fell on the latter's body, just scratching the itch is generally irrelevant, and the latter's defense power far exceeds his estimation. This guy is also a god. The next moment, his eyes were once again focused on the slightly flickering lines on this giant beast's body and the huge ring of bright sunlight behind him, but Xiao Yang couldn't help shaking his head. His keen soul perception made Xiao Yang easily see the latter's reliance. The soul of the gods is based on the level of immortality, and the divine body, even if it is a god-level fighting skill or a quasi-god powerhouse, if it cannot be completely wiped out in an instant, the divine body will be invincible. What happened? Seeing that Xiao Yang's attack failed, the three of Qing Yuan also came to Xiao Yang's side in an instant, and hurriedly asked. Before Xiao Yang could answer, the blazing sun crown behind the ancient beast suddenly trembled violently, and then scenes of familiar scenes reappeared in this sky. This guy can actually replicate other people's attacks. Watching the holy pattern flame attacks in the void come one after another, the corners of the mouths of countless strong men cracked, and they spoke in disbelief. This is a guy, but a divine body. At present, with my power, I can't kill it with one blow. Xiao Yang shook his head, obviously feeling helpless about this giant beast. Leave this guy to us, that shadow is probably the key to entering the core. Okay. As soon as the voice fell, Xiao Tianming and the Golden Dragon King were completely entangled with the giant beast, while Qing Yuan followed Xiao Yang in the form of a follower, without the slightest demeanor of an angel queen. Get out of here. Xiao Yang stood out of thin air, the majestic shrine surging, and the coercion of the heavens and the earth spread completely, constantly searching for a strange figure. At the moment when such extraordinary divine power spread, the black shadow who had just tried to hide in the void was completely pulled out. Little bastards, if it wasn't for the fact that the world lord was carrying a heavy burden, how could you have grown up to this day? Seeing that the attacks of the ancient beast and Xiao Yang were almost the same, the strange black shadow behind him sneered, and then burst out in an instant. Roaring away, the momentum is monstrous, it makes people in a trance. Tianyuan killing palm? This is the power of destruction comparable to god-level fighting skills. Watching the resolute attack of the strange shadow, especially the flame palm that contained the opponent's full strength, the two masters of the Star Trek Pavilion looked slightly cold and exclaimed. This kind of attack can only be used by the World Master at the center of the human world. With a palm wave, the entire void was torn apart by a huge crack, which was filled with infiltrating yin wind, and the rolling suffocation made everyone's breathing quicker. Humph. In the face of the strange black shadow's attack, Xiao Yang was unmoved. When the other party came to him with a monstrous voice, Xiao Yan just raised his dazzling palm, and then gently protruded it out. Bang! The strange black shadow's palm, which was enough to destroy everything, slammed heavily on Xiao Yang's body, but the vast shock wave did not spread. Looking down, on Xiao Yang's palm, the emerald-colored energy gradually turned into a tiny dragon shadow, quietly crawling on his palm. The entire palm was like a bottomless pit, directly swallowing the opponent's attack power completely. And go! How can it be? The strange black figure looked at this situation, his face hidden under the black mist moved viciously, and even sent a numbness on his arms. His terrifying attack could not cause any damage to Xiao Yang. Harm! When the strange shadow saw this scene, his complexion changed dramatically, and a sense of unease gradually poured into his heart, but just as the latter figure was about to retreat, a hot gaze instantly locked on the latter. At the moment when Xiao Yang was locked, the soul of the strange shadow was shaken violently. With the current him, he could not compete head-on with Xiao Yang. Do you still want to run? Who are you? Xiao Yang roared, and immediately the mighty demigod power gathered in the palm of his hand. Together with the dragon god's bone and other powers, he directly stretched his palm into the black mist with the power of thunder, trying to reveal the opponent's identity completely. Just as the palm of his hand penetrated into the black mist, trying to find out the true identity of the other party, an electric shock-like touch suddenly passed to the palm of his hand. It felt like there was some kind of terrifying aura in the black mist that made Xiao Yang feel jealous. Angel Shenghui. At the same time, the angelic incantation prepared by Qingyuan in advance was also completely chanted, and the holy angelic holy light completely shone on the body of the strange shadow, and a burning sensation caused the latter to be moved. With the passage of time, the black mist around the latter's body also slowly disappeared, revealing his true face. If you look closely, this person has reached the pinnacle of the demigod level, the confidant general of the world master in the center of the human world. At this moment, there is no human appearance all over his body, because his skin, flesh and blood are all pitch black, and he doesn't look like a normal evil human at all. It seems more like a copycat. Now Qingyuan's divine power, combined with Xiao Yang's dazzling holy flame, has a faint trace of the latter completely melting away. This guy is actually a shadow. The body-protecting black mist dissipated, but the Golden Dragon King and other strong men were shocked. The World Master in the center of the human world practiced the supreme god-level exercise in the center of the human world, Shenyuan Tianjue. The power of this divine art is even higher than other exercises in the seven realms, and it is mysterious and unpredictable. The origin of this shadow is probably because of the characteristics of the exercises. Looking at this faceless shadow, Qingyuan's pretty face also appeared solemn. These things, with the background of the kingdom of angels, are naturally not difficult to know, but even knowing the other party is the derivative of the divine art. It is not an easy task to completely obliterate the latter. In the void of the Tianyuan mountains, the vast holy flame and the power of demons swept in, like a vast ocean, endless. Obviously Xiao Yang was also aware of the seriousness of the matter. The longer it dragged on, the more unfavorable it would be for them. Xiao Yang stepped on the void, countless forces surging all over his body, his deep eyes contained an astonishingly fierce color, and he was staring at the strange dark shadow in the distance. Behind the latter, an endless black mist began to appear. There seems to be some kind of big movement. It turned out to be a demigod-level powerhouse who stepped into the dual god realm. No wonder he was able to do this. The black mist surging around the strange shadow immediately sneered. After surpassing the reincarnation, it is a demigod. Only if he controls one of the four gods can he attack the quasi-god. But now that Xiao Yang controls both gods, why is he still a demigod? This is the end of it. Dragon God Transformation 8th Transformation, Wanlong Worship. Xiao Yang grinned, but there was a little bit of grimness in that smile. The Dragon God transformation in the body was turning to the extreme, and the dazzling golden halo and emerald halo burst out from the body together, and the whole body was filled with two distinct different ancient and overbearing dragon pattern. Even from a distance, the two dragon patterns are filled with monstrous divine might, which also caused a slight squeak of sound to be continuously transmitted between the world. The whole world became quiet at this time, and countless people's foreheads cold sweat fell from above. Xiao Yang's offensive is truly earth-shattering. This kid. Seeing this scene, the Golden Dragon King who fought against the ancient gods of the heavenly desolation couldn't help but smile. Arriving at the divine body, the Golden Dragon King is enough to perform the 9 transformations of the Dragon God, and the Dragon God descends, but the price is too huge, and it will not be performed unless it is absolutely necessary. And Xiao Yang has done his own true inheritance, these tricks will naturally not be difficult for him. With the power of Xiao Yang now, the 8th transformation of the dragon god is enough to kill the demigod phantom here. Boom! The two-color dragon pattern on Xiao Yang's body fell off instantly, and immediately formed two majestic behemoths on the top of the sky. Golden dragon shadow, emerald dragon shadow. Two sky-shaking shadows just appeared, and the sound of dragon chants resounding through the heavens and the earth spread, and tens of thousands of dragon patterns turned into circles of energy ripples. Susu. It's really a misstep. Looking at Xiao Yang's attack with the determination to kill, a rare madness gradually flashed in the dark eyes of the strange shadow. But, that's it for now. Turn it on, Soul Eater Storm. Seemingly knowing that he had nowhere to go, the black shadow roared directly, and the hoarse voice suddenly echoed throughout the world, and then the entire body swelled up in an instant, and after a short while, it bloomed like fireworks in the air. With the complete fall of the shadow, the entire Tianyuan mountains suddenly trembled, especially the temples that were lined up in the depths of the mountain range, which were completely shattered under the gaze of everyone. Many temples suddenly turned into ruins, but on top of those ruins, there is a huge black shadow tens of thousands of feet, as if crossing endless time, coming from afar. Suddenly, the two-color dragon shadow completely dormant beside Xiao Yang, the whole world suddenly darkened, and it seemed that some kind of fear seed took root in the hearts of many coalition forces. What is this strange shadow doing at the cost of its own fall? Bang bang bang. The ancient beast of the heavenly desolation seemed to sense something, suddenly raised the soles of his feet, and immediately broke free from the shackles of several people and fell into the ruins. An endless black mist gushed out from the ruins, and immediately black light beams like vines gushed out from it, and then dived towards the coalition crowd. The killing intent and fighting intent in the hearts of countless people completely solidified at this moment, and they stared at this endless abyss in horror, and there seemed to be some kind of indescribable spread of fear in it. Wherever the hot vines pass, the space collapses. Anyone who is touched by it will not have time to make any defensive struggles, and will turn into a pool of pus in an instant. It seems that Tian Yuanzi was already prepared. Xiao Yang frowned. Do it, kill me. Facing this scene, the Golden Dragon King and Xiao Tianming roared angrily and charged into the black fog ruins with a gesture of covering their hearts and covering the sun. Bang bang bang. Swords, lights, swords, ghosts and wolf howls, and countless attacks followed one after another. A monstrous offensive broke out among the coalition forces, the breath of reincarnation spread out, and it collided with the black mist of the ruins. Are you sure? Seeing the appearance of the many coalition forces who share the same hatred, Xiao Yang still said in a deep voice. Beneath the black fog of the ruins, is the world that his soul power had spied upon. It's just that this strange figure hidden in the black fog of the ruins makes Xiao Yang quite worried. Leave it to us here. Seemingly aware of Xiao Yang's concerns, the elites led by the Golden Dragon King and Xiao Tianming laughed loudly and walked away. Okay. Xiao Yang's eyes kept changing, but he still gritted his teeth, and his body rose into the air, turning into a stream of light and heading towards the depths of the black mist of the ruins. There, it is the last residence of Tian Yuanzi, the center of the human world. Brother Xiao Yang, I'll go with you. Seeing Xiao Yang being so resolute, Qing Yuan also flashed gracefully to Xiao Yang's side. Xiao Yang just wanted to scold this girl, but looking at the other party's serious expression, he didn't say anything. He also knew that facing the culprit who had tried to obliterate the Xiao clan several times, he was not completely sure. The queen, with the blessings of the latter, her odds of winning will increase a lot. It was a humiliating battle of revenge, one could only win but not lose. As soon as the voice fell, Xiao Yang and Qing Yuan completely fell into the depths of the mountain range and headed for a deeper. There is probably a real duel waiting for Xiao Yang. As for the ghostly shadows of ruins in the Tianyuan mountains, it is only a ferocious creature that integrates many forces. With Xiao Tianming and others, as well as the existence of divine weapons and other forces, victory is only a matter of time. With a bang, Xiao Yang and Qing Yuan slammed out of the Tianyuan mountains, as if they jumped down from the black mist of the ruins, and went to some disturbing world. Looking up, this is a slightly hot world. There are countless tides of flames in the world, which are like a true end of flames. The gloomy wind blows, and the flames are blowing. In such an unusually quiet world, there is a solitary island floating in a world of flames. It looked like that, and Xiao Yang used their soul power to explore what they knew. Exactly the same. The raging fire in the flame world was burning to the extreme, and even the splendid holy flame fire in Xiao Yang's body and Qing Yuan were slightly shocked. The isolated island in the flame world occupies a radius of 100 miles, and its body is pitch black. Although it cannot feel the breath of any life, the crisis contained in it is probably self-evident. That is Tian Yuanzi, the world master in the center of the human world, one of the few people who are closest to the fighting ***** in this world. Enter the island and follow me at all times. Xiao Yang breathed heavily, and he could clearly feel the looming coercion in the isolated island, and immediately said to Qing Yuan. Yep. Qing Yuan nodded, and the 12 angel wings behind him were slightly instigated, rippling with a terrifying power that captured the soul. Go. After a short while, without making any stops, the two disappeared into the isolated island in a flash. Just after leaving the flame world and stepping into the isolated island, Xiao Yang's heart gradually became uneasy while looking at the golden-red soil around him, and even the demon robe behind him vibrated slightly, as if he could smell something from these substances. A kind of moving fluctuation. In this isolated island, it seems to be empty. Is there only this huge square? Where's that guy Tian Yuanzi? Qing Yuan's lazy eyes glanced around, combined with the huge soul perception and the divine power of angels, but did not find any suspicious aura, and immediately wondered. Xiao Yang's heart was also filled with an indescribable confusion, and his eyes immediately surged, looking at the huge square in front of him. The ground of the square was filled with pitch-black rock crystals, and there were even dozens of white jade on the square. The stone pillars surrounded each other, forming an extremely strange arrangement, with dizzying runes spreading out on them. The order in which the runes were arranged and combined was something that Xiao Yang had never heard of. However, the divine movement core inscription, which had not made any movement in the body for a long time, erupted with vast fluctuations, which seemed to warn Xiao Yang of something. In the center of these white jade pillars, there are countless chains covered with golden red flames. At the end of the chains, there is a group of almost transparent golden light looming. It can only be vaguely found that there seems to be a certain extremely weak soul body. Exist. Second Elder Xiao. Xiao Bao. At this moment, Xiao Yang's expression gradually became weird. With the perception of the soul of the gods, the identity of the latter can be completely determined, but now everything here is too quiet, and the quietness makes Xiao Yang feel unreal. Brother Xiao Yang, what's wrong? Looking at Xiao Yang with such a solemn expression, Qing Yuan was puzzled and could only look up at Xiao Yang. Not right. Since this is Tian Yuanzi's last residence, it is impossible to be so quiet. No. Exit. Go. Xiao Yang's eyes turned faster and faster, and then he fled here with Qing Yuan ready to escape. Haha, the descendants of the Xiao family are really a cautious boy. However, since this god's plan for the ages has been destroyed by your Xiao clan, now it is natural for you to wait for atonement. But just as Xiao Yang and the two were surging, trying to leave this isolated island, a faint voice suddenly resounded throughout the world. Tian Yuanzi. Looking up, looking at the sky in this flaming world, a figure in golden armor stands out of thin air. The latter is holding a certain pleated golden blade, exuding a majestic aura of the overlord of heaven and earth all over his body. The 6th-ranked holy flame on the holy flame list, Zhoutian Zhishenyan. Seeing the appearance of this figure, Qing Yuan's voice gradually became solemn. Although this holy flame is only ranked 6th, it is the strongest flame among the holy flames that have appeared in the world today, because it still has a remnant of divinity. Moreover, it is said that this flame also has some hidden existences about the fighting god. The most important thing is that this flame is the ***** of execution. Its divine might even surpasses that of the second divine weapon, the divine ruler. After a long wait, a new chapter has to be opened in the end. The era of Xiao clan, outside the territory, and the kingdom of angels has passed. A peaceful smile appeared on Tian Yuanzi's handsome face, but while he was speaking, the temperature in the entire flame world rose sharply, and even a trace of golden thunder arcs gradually spread out from the air. Oppressive, suffocating. No. He's too powerful. With your power, there is no way to interfere and imprison him, and you will only reap the consequences. Seeing that the angel scepter in Qing Yuan's hand and the holy flame of the angel clan flickered with pure light, Xiao Yang shook his head slightly to stop Qing Yuan. The Queen of Angels can certainly use a wide range of angel blessings, interference, imprisonment and many other powers, but her strength is too weak, so weak that she can't hinder Tian Yuanzi at all. A new Queen of Angels. After today is over, give this **** an angelic praise by the way. The golden blade in Tian Yuanzi's hand surged slowly, and immediately drove some terrifying powers that surpassed one world, slowly paving the way and gathering, as if he was performing some kind of God-destroying blow. Angelic praise, this is the highest level of blessing in the kingdom of angels, and it is a permanent blessing. The former Dacian world geniuses fought against foreign powerhouses because of the existence of the angels and saints, which greatly increased the strength of many powerhouses in the Dacian world. The blessing of the angels and saints depends on the strength of the enforcer. It might be enough to make him invincible in the reincarnation level if it acts on an ordinary 9-layer reincarnation rank. If it acts on Xiao Yang, it might be enough to compete with Qian Yuanzi. However, the display of these blessings needs to consume the life essence of the angel queen, so the whole is endless. Brother Xiao Yang, get ready. While speaking, Qing Yuan also began to sing the angelic spell at one time, and the blessing of the angelic praise slowly poured out. Oh, what a persistent girl. Aren't you looking forward to this battle too? Hey, it's natural. My Xiao family's past feud, let's get it back from this guy. The faint voice fell, and the two Xeon existences were also awe-inspiring. This confrontation between heaven and earth is about to break out. In the flame world, countless sacred flames surged, and the power of the demigods that surpassed the reincarnation whistled, and vaguely transformed this into a world-shattering battle. This level of battle, I am afraid that it will be in the world. It is also rare to see in 1,000 years. Obviously, the two of them are going all out for this battle. On the one hand, it was a semigod rank powerhouse who had stepped into the dual god realm, Xiao Yang, and behind him was the angelic sacred chant of the angel queen Qingyuan singing and whispering. On the other side, there is an aloof, as if the victory is in the center of the human world, the world master, Tian Yuanzi. The latter's quasi-god level strength seems to be in control of everything today. Is the angelic praise cast by the Queen of Angels? Forget it, I'll convince you of your defeat today. Looking at the brilliance of the demigod power flashing all over Xiao Yang's body, and the angel whispering Qing Yuan singing, Tian Yuanzi's indifferent voice slowly fell, and suddenly the power of golden-red flame clouds appeared behind him like a tide of energy. Howling, with a strong divine pressure. Especially at the center of the latter's eyebrows, there is a golden vertical eye that exists like a vertical eye, and there is a kind of strange fluctuation in it, which makes the soul shudder. The taste of divinity. Xiao Yang looked at this scene with a gloomy expression, did not expect the latter to condense his divine nature into a vertical eye between his eyebrows. This faint trace of divinity must exist in Jiutian Jushenyan. Tian Yuanzi took so much trouble to condense into vertical eyes. What is his intention? In that case, let's fight. Xiao Yang's body was surrounded by the vast flame of holy flame and the brilliance of the devil. In conjunction with the energy fluctuations from the flame god cauldron, the space in the entire flame world began to show signs of collapse. Today's Xiao Yang's strength and combat effectiveness have already reached the peak of this world, and with a single thought, it is enough to set off any terrifying offensive that will destroy the world and destroy the world. Boom! Xiao Yang moved, his body flickered like a ghost, and immediately shattered the void and appeared in front of Tian Yuanzi. Looking at this supreme ruler who despised everything, he couldn't help but say that he knew that after taking a deep breath, he gathered all the power in his body into his fist. Up, and punched out. Boom! With one punch, the terrifying energy flies into the sky, the hot sacred flames and the evil demon power merge with each other, directly shattering the space, with an unstoppable terrifying aura, directly approaching Tian Yuanzi's body. With the combination of Xiao Yang's physical strength and internal strength, one punch is enough to kill any strong man. Humph! Watching Xiao Yang uncontrollably take the lead in throwing a punch, Tian Yuanzi made a harsh sound from the golden armor all over his body, and the latter's silent pupils shrank slightly, obviously because he was quite afraid of Xiao Yang's pun. The golden vertical eyes that have been closed between the eyebrows, surging slightly like some kind of ancient antiquity that has fallen into a deep sleep, releasing a dazzling golden light. There is even some kind of power that surpasses this world. Boom! The golden vertical eyes were full of indifference and icy aura, and immediately turned into a beam of light that swooped down from the top of this flame world. Pub Future adds. The golden beam of bright light roared and spewed, like an irresistible death beam of light, smashing directly at Xiao Yang's giant energy fist with an overwhelming attitude. Bang bang bang! Xiao Yang's giant energy fist and this golden beam of light slammed together in an instant. Circles of energy ripples visible to the naked eye instantly shattered the earth. The earth trembled, and where the violent energy hit, there were faint lines. A rift to the unknown abyss emerges. The first confrontation between the two was almost the same. Xiao Yang's body shook violently, and then he suddenly stepped back several dozen steps before he stabilized his body. The golden energy emanating from the golden vertical eyes seemed to be some kind of power beyond Xiao Yang's cognition. If there was no better way to deal with it, I am afraid that today. Holy flame wheel! The killing intent in Xiao Yang's eyes skyrocketed, and immediately the burning art in his body reached its peak. Between his mouth opening and spitting out, there was actually a circle of flames formed by the gathering of 9-color holy flames, rising like a round of piercing scorching sun. The 9-color light wheel just appeared, and it instantly enveloped Tian Yuanzi. The dazzling divine power and scorching high temperature seemed to want to completely evaporate the latter into nothingness. When the strength reaches the level of the demigods, he will have the attack of destroying the sky and destroying the earth with a wave of his hand. In addition to Xiao Yang's extraordinary talent, some fighting skills are also developed and created by him, but most of them are lower than it's just a fighting skill in the category of gods. The 9-color light wheel shrouded Tian Yuanzi, and the endless flames slowly burned, and the high temperature turned out to be the void of the heaven and earth here, twisting slightly. However, in the face of Xiao Yang's offensive, Tian Yuanzi's eyes flashed with disdain and ridicule, his palm slowly raised, and the golden blade in his hand slowly slip. A dazzling golden sword gas turned into an extremely fierce shockwave and burst out. The shockwave just came into contact with the 9-color light wheel, and the 9-color light wheel was instantly annihilated. The latter was even more aggressive, hitting Xiao Yang's body directly. Although it has long been known that the 9-color light wheel has little effect on Tian Yuanzi, the shockwave of the latter's golden sword energy hit Xiao Yang's body, the pores on the skin instantly closed, and a crisis that was infinitely close to death poured out of his heart. Above the sky, Tian Yuanzi is still as high as a god's mansion that has never been seen in ancient times. The armor on the body, the golden sword blade, and even the vertical eyes between the eyebrows, all set off his strength to the extreme. Today's Tian Yuanzi seems to be transformed into a wild beast with both offense and defense, and it is difficult to affect him by ordinary means. The descendants of the Xiao clan, do you only have this means? A gloomy smile appeared from the corner of Tian Yuanzi's mouth with a cold glow. He sneered. The latter didn't seem to be in a hurry for Xiao Yang, as if he was waiting for something. Buzz. Feeling Tian Yuanzi's arrogant tone, Qing Yuan's pretty face was filled with icy coldness, but now he is concentrating on singing the angel's holy praise, and before it is finished, I am afraid Yuba pulls out to help Xiao Yang. The illustrious name of the world master at the center of the human world. It really deserves its reputation. Seeing Tian Yuanzi's arrogant and conceited appearance, Xiao Yang's calm face instantly turned gloomy and cold. He knew that this guy's strength and combat power were definitely the most difficult characters in the world. At the same time, the 10th level shrine in Xiao Yang's body began to shake, and then a scene of the soul shrine like an illusion spread out from the void. At the moment of spreading, countless forces in the entire flame world became quiet. That kind of fluctuation is the materialization of the 10-layer shrine in Xiao Yang's body. The 10th floor shrine, the soul of the gods. Ha ha ha. Feeling the shrine buildings in the flame world that gradually changed from illusory to solid, Tian Yuanzi's pupils were filled with a touch of extreme madness. That shrine building is full of brilliant colors, constructed from countless surging soul powers, among which Xiao Yang even added the sacred holy flame pattern. Even if you look at it from a distance, you can still feel it from your heart. Feel the great pressure. This Xiao Yang has now reached the soul of the gods, the body of the gods, and the two powers have merged and penetrated, making Tian Yuanzi slightly moved. It's really strong, but it's not enough. Tian Yuanzi secretly said in his heart that he seemed to be waiting, planning something. Saint Angel. At the same time, Angel Queen Qing Yuan's singing was also completely completed. 12 enchanting purple angel wings swayed slowly, exuding an endless sense of mystery and nobility, causing Qing Yuan's eyes to suddenly become empty and pale, and then the latter's palm tightly held the angel's power. The staff, clusters of magnificent sacred blazing flames fell from behind him, and together with a group of angel soul embryos, they roared away at Xiao Yang little by little. The next moment, Tian Yuanzi's face even showed a maddening smile, and his eyes were fixed on Xiao Yang, who was shrouded in the blazing holy light. He could clearly feel that Xiao Yang, who was blessed by the Queen of Angels, was already fighting. Temporarily stand on the same level as yourself. But there was no evasion in Tian Yuanzi's eyes. He looked at Xiao Yang as if he were looking at a rare treasure. No matter how many trump cards Xiao Yang and Qing Yuan have, he has already prepared a surefire strategy for this battle, and the final winner will only be Tian Yuanzi. Sacred flames were blessed on Xiao Yang's body, and layers of gorgeous angelic breaths spread out, and a huge pure white sacred vortex gradually evolved around him. Ready. With the appearance of the angelic saint, Xiao Yang was surprised to find that those blazing flames were like a spring after the rain, moisturizing, repairing, and strengthening his tired body and barren soul. Even he could clearly feel his own strength in the lifting. With such blessings, Xiao Yang's grasp of dealing with Qian Yuanzi gradually became more confident. Brother Xiao Yang, I'll leave the rest to you. Xiao Yang's spirit and energy completely reached the peak, but Qing Yuan's face on the side showed a bit of exhaustion. After all, Xiao Yang is now a strong person who has stepped into the dual spirit realm. The consumption load is huge. The sacred vortex formed by the angelic flames, accompanied by the shrine buildings, surrounded Xiao Yang with two incomparably magnificent attacks, making the latter the real master of this flame world. Then Xiao Yang took light steps directly, walking towards the end of the flame world and towards Tian Yuanzi. There must be an end to this battle. The golden sword in Tian Yuanzi's hand, the golden red vertical eyes between his eyebrows slowly closed, his eyes still locked on Xiao Yang, but at this time, he did not show any signs of attacking, but his brows were tightly locked, and he seemed to feel Xiao Yang of difficulty. Buzz. Looking at Tian Yuanzi with a strange demeanor, Xiao Yang's eyes were extremely cold, and he immediately slapped the position with his palm. Immediately, the dazzling radiance erupted from the dazzling shrine buildings, easily shrouding Tian Yuanzi's body in it. The body was trapped, and the endless golden red holy flame power swept out, trying to resist the erosion and refining of the shrine buildings, but the soul of the gods, couldn't normal people be able to resist? No matter what kind of terrifying offensive Tian Yuanzi broke out, in the end, he was easily wiped out in the shrine buildings and quickly dissipated. No! Impossible! Feeling such a change, the calmness and composure on Tian Yuanzi's face disappeared instantly. If Xiao Yang just now was vulnerable, now Xiao Yang, who is enjoying the praise of the Queen of Angels, is enough to be on an equal footing with himself. Destroy me. The loud sound resounded throughout the sky, the heaven and the earth cracked, and the entire shrine building was completely shattered, and the terrifying coercion completely destroyed the golden red holy flame in the entire flame world. What? The miserable screams sounded. On Tian Yuanzi's body, the armor had already been crushed by the shrine buildings, and the long golden red hair was also messy. Passed out on the skin below. Tian Yuanzi, lost. Looking at such a shocking scene, a look of disbelief gradually appeared on Qing Yuan's pale face. This well-recognized powerhouse in the world is now defeated. It seems that this guy named Xiao Yang is creating a myth, an immortal myth. Wrong. Seeing Tian Yuanzi's scarred appearance, Xiao Yang's mind tightened even more, and a wave of unease kept lingering in his heart. Who is Tian Yuanzi? The world leader of the center of the human world. That is the strongest person in this world, except for the patriarch of the Xiao clan. The patriarch of the Xiao clan can obliterate the slaughtering angel with one blow, and his illustrious power is still vivid in his eyes. If Yuanzi even has the power of divinity in his hands today, his threat is probably much stronger than the patriarch of the Xiao clan. How is it possible so easily defeated in his own hands? Even if he is blessed by the holy angels, the offensive of the shrine building and the angel whirlpool may not be enough to completely subvert Tian Yuanzi. Xiao Bao. Go. The next moment, Xiao Yang stretched out his palm and directly pulled Qing Yuan's slender wrist towards the isolated island square in the flame world. Cough cough, boy, let's go. When Xiao Yang tried his best to free the soul body of the second elder, Xiao Bao, the latter's weak voice resounded. He, Tian Yuanzi, Xiao Yang. We meet again. And just when Xiao Yang was about to leave here on his forefoot, a lazy magic sound suddenly sounded from this world. At the moment when this magic sound rang out, the shrine in Xiao Yang's body trembled slightly, as if he had never felt a sense of fear before. The threat of this guy is definitely more terrifying than Tian Yuanzi, the leader outside the realm. Yuanzi, didn't you fight against the power of the angel kingdom and were seriously injured by Xiao Yuntian? Looking at the edge of a crack in the flame world, an enchanting woman surrounded by demonic energy stood out of thin air. Tian Yuanzi couldn't care about the injuries on her body, and even her voice gradually became hideous. Yes. So now I choose to come back here and get back everything that belongs to me. There is some suffocating fluctuation in the sweet smile of the first outsider. This video will end here.